Hey, it's Matt Moscona. You found it. It's AFR LSU, your home for daily content on your favorite team, Fighting Tigers of LSU. And we're proud to be presented by BetUS, where this football season, get a 150% bonus on your first deposit and a 125% bonus on your next two deposits up to $2,000. Be sure to use the promo code YouTube150. Now, enjoy the video.
Brian Kelly's on-field staff is complete. We know they added Alex Atkins. But they've continued having more changes in the support staff roles as well. And that continued actually late Monday with the addition of the reports of the addition of two more analysts. One of them is a well-known name to football fans in Louisiana, Tim Rattay, who was a record-setting quarterback at Louisiana Tech, played in the NFL, primarily for the 49ers, and has been coaching since his playing career ended. Tim Rattay is joining the staff as an offensive analyst, and they also added Noah Joseph, who's coached defense for 25 years, but most recently was the general manager at Purdue for 2 years, had just in December, like 6 weeks ago, taken the job as the GM at East Carolina, and now 6 weeks into that job, he's joining LSU as a defensive analyst. But there's even more news today as JR Belton, Matt Zenitz is reporting JR Belton is being assigned within the LSU football program as the new director of operations. You might remember Jazz Smith. We talked about Wilson Alexander was the one that reported it, but Jazz Smith not returning. There wasn't any word on if she was fired, if she was just the position was terminated, whatever the case may be, if something happened. And I don't have any information there. I just know from Wilson's report that Jazz is not returning, and there were members of her staff that are also not back. I want to talk about Rattay and Joseph in their on-field roles here in just a quick second, like the football component. But I think one thing is very clear. Is when you look at JR Belton, who is fantastic, by the way, like one of the most unheralded members of LSU's support staff. Like what LSU has done in recruiting and roster building, a massive, massive part of that is JR Belton. And Brian Kelly has mentioned him by name. So effectively what you're doing there is you're not eliminating the position, you're just distributing those roles internally. And a big part of that, obviously, is the bottom line. I'll remind you again, as we have talked for many, many, many months here about revenue share and what it might mean for NIL and staffs and how different athletic departments are going to function. Listen, next year, in the fiscal year, LSU is going to share $20.5 million of its revenue with its student athletes. So to be able to do that, you got to do two things. Raise more money or cut spending. Like, it's non-negotiable that you're going to spend the maximum amount allowed in revenue share. Like, you're LSU. You have to do this. And the majority of it's going to go to football.
We'll get right back to the video, but did you know that BetUS also has a casino? For all of our followers here, if you like slots, live casino dealers, you can take advantage of BetUS amazing sign-up bonuses. 200% sign-up bonus up to $5,000 or 250% for crypto sign-up bonus up to $5,000 as well. Discover the BetUS Casino Playground. Maybe you're a slots enthusiast. BetUS, they've got the games to raise your pulse. You can test your skills with timeless classics. You can also explore the newest, hottest slots and feel that casino buzz with BetUS live dealer tables. Y'all take advantage of this great special. Sign up now. Get 200% sign-up bonus up to $5,000 and 250% sign-up bonus up in crypto up to $5,000. So get ready for a rush with the BetUS Casino generous promotions and tournaments that make every play more rewarding. Sign up right now and experience the difference. Get your bonus. 200% sign-up bonus up to $5,000 and 250% crypto sign-up bonus also up to $5,000. Now, enjoy the rest of the video.
So, where obviously we're anticipating expanded SEC, TV deal. Revenue will go up each year, we're anticipating. But where can you tighten the belt a little bit? And so I think when you look at a lot of the support staff, look, Beth Rex was Brian Kelly's chief of staff. She left the program. She's not replaced. Austin Thomas is doing that role. Jazz Smith, director of operations, gone. Now that's JR Belton taking on those responsibilities. There were other support staff members we know, like Nick Brissett and Jacoby Stevens. They're very clearly a component. I'm not saying it's the component. It is a component, is tightening the belt financially for LSU in advance of revenue share. That much is very abundantly clear to me. And I've spoken to folks like within the LSU athletic department, and there will be a time whenever the House settlement is done and they are more able and free to talk about all this, that they will. I've been assured of that. But they just can't yet until all that is done, and I respect that. But it is also just a very obvious thing that's happening right now, is you are seeing the support staff pared down where it can be. The flip side of it is, look at what's happening with the coaching support staff. That is where they are unapologetically adding when they can. Listen, last week, look, you've already added Ahmad Anan, the special teams assistant from that you hired from Grambling. When you lost Bob Diaco and you weren't hiring an on-field special teams coordinator, you had to have somebody that can manage your special teams. Well, that guy's going to do it. So you had to add someone there. Remember, it used to be that analysts could only work with the coaches. They couldn't work on the field. Now analysts can coach on the field. They can wear headsets on game day, be on the sideline. They can talk to the players. Like, analysts are coaches now. The only difference is the full-time staff members can go recruit off campus. So you're taking much less money, but you're still having the opportunity to remain in a Power 5 program, hopefully as a jumping off point to another big-time job. So you've got your special teams coordinator. They had an opportunity to add Lance Guidry. Remember, Lance Guidry is making $3 million from his buyout at Miami, so you could pay him an analyst salary, which is most of the analyst salary are less than $100K. So you could pay him less and get a guy that's been a head coach and a coordinator a lot of different places. So now you look at what they've added here. Tim Rattay, when he finished his career at Louisiana Tech, held NCAA records for yards from scrimmage and passing touchdowns, like the passing yards per game. He was amazing in his years at Louisiana Tech. Went to the NFL, and as soon as his NFL career ended, Rattay ended up coaching with the Las Vegas Locomotives, with the UFL, which was the last team he played for. And then he went and coached for almost a decade at Louisiana Tech. Well, who was an assistant at Louisiana Tech overlapping there? Joe Sloan. So Sloan and Rattay worked together at Louisiana Tech, and then Rattay went to the NFL for 1 year with Washington, and the last 5 years has been at Oklahoma State as the quarterback's coach. He worked with Spencer Sanders. He worked with Alan Bowman. This year was a disaster in Stillwater, and so he has an opportunity to come to Baton Rouge as the quarterback's coach. Well, as an offensive analyst who will work with the quarterbacks, but someone who Joe Sloan trusts and respects. And remember, this is a all-in year for LSU, and you have a fifth-year senior in Garrett Nussmeier, who now you have the benefit of Joe Sloan, of a guy like Tim Rattay, who's played in the NFL, who's coached quarterbacks at the Power 5 level. I understand Nussmeier's dad is an NFL quarterbacks coach, but all of this, another set of eyes to help Garrett Nussmeier, is a huge benefit for this season. And then when you look at Noah Joseph for 25 years has primarily been a defensive coach. He was a co-defensive coordinator at Indiana. He was an analyst for a couple seasons at Missouri. He has been all over during his career. Purdue, North Texas, Eastern Illinois, Montana State. He's had a long career, and primarily he's worked with safeties. So when I look at the LSU staff, it makes a lot of sense that the one spot on your defense where maybe you're not super convinced with the progress is what happened in the safety room this past year. You've got Jake Olson there, tons of ties to Louisiana, good recruiter, has been a good coach as well, but it would stand to reason that, like, whereas I was told you're adding Lance Guidry to work with the star linebackers, i.e. Harold Perkins, maybe you're adding here with Noah Joseph to work with your safeties. Of course, you got Tamarcus Cooley coming in, and you're going to expect a big jump this year with Jordan Gilbert and then some of the young guys as well, like Deshaun Spears, to see how they may be able to continue to progress here defensively at LSU. So, again, you're seeing that support staff, the off-field support staff, trimmed, and I think that is directly correlated to rev share. But where Brian Kelly needs to add assistants and can add assistants and analysts by helping them on the field, they're continuing to put those resources there. So a few new additions and changes to the support staff with JR Belton becoming the director of ops and LSU adding both Tim Rattay and Noah Joseph as analysts.
Thanks so much for watching the video. Do us a favor, subscribe to the channel, smash that like button, hit the bell so you're notified when we post a new video, and remember to support BetUS, where right now you can get a 150% bonus on your first deposit and a 125% bonus on your next 2 deposits up to $2,000. Be sure to use that promo code YouTube150.